Every time I pack for a backpacking trip, I always worry about one thing. Did I forget something? And it's usually not a major piece of gear like my quilt or even my stove that I'm worried about forgetting. It's the little things that pop into my head after I'm already a few miles up the trail. Over the years, I've realized that the problem wasn't my gear. It was how I thought about packing it. So instead of trying to remember a bunch of individual pieces of gear, I started organizing all of my gear into simple systems. Today, I'm heading out for an overnight backpacking trip here in Montana, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Kathleen, a food-motivated hiker, solo backpacker, backpacking coach for women, and the hungry hiker here on YouTube. When I first started backpacking, I'd spread all of my gear across the living room floor and just stand there staring at it, wondering if I had everything I needed. I'd go through my checklist over and over again because I was scared I'd forget something important. Packing honestly felt really overwhelming. But once I started to organize everything into systems, packing for a trip became a whole lot easier. Before every backpacking trip, I organized my gear into the same 12 systems. Instead of trying to remember 30 to 40 individual pieces of gear, I simply work through one system at a time. I also use LighterPack to organize all of these systems into one checklist, which I'll include a link for down in the description if you want to see the exact list I created for this backpacking trip. For me, this is a much easier way to pack for a trip. It helps keep all of my gear organized whenever I'm out on trail, and it helps me feel confident about not leaving something important at home. Everything starts with the pack. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might notice that I've been going back to using one of my older packs this year. This is the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. Since this pack originally came out, Gossamer Gear upgraded the Mariposa 60 with a whole new frame system, but unfortunately the new design didn't fit very comfortably on my body. I love my old Mariposa pack. It fits me really well and easily holds all of the gear I bring on my overnight trips, even when I have to carry a hard-sided bear canister. Something else you might notice throughout this video is that I really haven't changed much of my gear this year. I've made a couple changes here and there that I'll talk about later in this video, but for the most part, a lot of my gear has stayed the same. It's easy to feel like you need to buy the latest piece of gear every time a brand comes out with something new, but you don't. Don't get me wrong, I love buying gear. I mean, who doesn't? But honestly, once you find gear that works well for you and the trips you go on, there's really no need to replace it or upgrade it. So while my Mariposa might be faded, she still works beautifully, fits my body comfortably, and so I plan on continuing to use her for all of my upcoming backpacking trips this year. And later on this video, I'll show you exactly how each of these systems fits inside my pack. Moving on to my shelter system, this is probably the biggest change I'm making to my gear this year. I'm trying out Gossamer Gear's brand new freestanding tent, the Free. I'm excited to see how this tent performs out on trail, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it in this video because I want to spend a few nights in it first. After this trip, I'll put together a whole video dedicated to talking more about the Free, including tent specs, how to set it up, who this tent is designed for, if it's comfortable to sleep in, what I like about it, and if I plan on using it for any other backpacking trips this year. This is the same sleep system I've used for the last few years because I sleep well, stay warm, and it's comfortable. Once I find gear that works, I stop thinking about it and focus more on enjoying my trip. And that's exactly what I want from my backpacking gear. My cooking system hasn't changed much over the last few years either because honestly, it just works. I use my Jetboil Stash to boil water and then rehydrate my meals inside this insulated food bag. The Stash is lightweight, boils water quickly, and has been incredibly reliable even on windy days. Once I find gear like this that I can count on, I don't really feel the need to replace it. For food storage, what I bring usually depends on where I'm hiking. For this trip, I used a hard-sided bear canister, so I'm carrying the BV450, which is perfect for an overnight or short multi-day trips. My meals and snacks for the day stay inside this Hilltop Packs food bag, which I keep on the outside mesh pocket of my pack. That way, I don't have to dig through my pack every time I want a snack or stop for lunch. For clothes, I try to only bring what I think I'll actually use based off of the forecasted weather for the area, except for a rain jacket. I always pack a rain jacket, even if there isn't rain in the forecast, because the one time I don't pack it, it will rain. So for packed clothes, besides a rain jacket, this also includes a lightweight puffy jacket, a fleece dress, extra underwear, extra socks, a pair of liner gloves, and a pair of camp shoes that I can also use for water crossings and for getting in the lake. Over the years, I've seen how easy it is to overpack clothing. So when packing clothes for a trip, I only pack the layers I'll need for the time of year, forecasted weather, and the conditions I'll be hiking in. My entire water system stays together in this outside pocket of my pack, so it's easy to grab whether I'm filtering water at camp or stopping along the trail throughout the day. My water system consists of a water filter, dirty water bag, a smaller drinking water bottle that I keep attached using the sleeve that's attached to my pack on the shoulder strap, a 1-liter drinking water bottle, and a small Nalgene bottle that I only use to mix my electrolytes in. Inside my repair tool toiletry kit is where I like to store all of the little things that can be easy to forget at home and can easily get lost when they're not all grouped together like this. Inside this bag, I have things like a headlamp, a buff, toothbrush, toothpaste, sunscreen, a travel foldable brush, tenacious tape, mini crazy glue, a knife, and some paracord. I have the same idea here with my first aid kit. Instead of trying to remember to pack all of the individual items in my first aid kit, I keep them all stored together inside this cute little red pouch, also from Hilltop Packs. I also like using different colored bags, so it makes finding these bags inside my pack a whole lot easier. If you'd like to see everything I carry inside my first aid kit, I'll include a link for the video up here and down in the description below for you to check out. One quick reminder, don't forget to check the expiration dates for any of the medications you pack inside your first aid kit. I like to swap these out either at the beginning or the end of the season so I don't risk having expired medication inside my kit. Okay, I know people get uncomfortable talking about poop online, but everyone does it. This is my poop kit and there's nothing really glamorous about it. Inside, I carry a lightweight trowel, Cooler cloth for peeing, powdered soap, hand sanitizer, compressed towels, and doggy bags to pack the towels out in. I keep everything packed together in this bright yellow super cute poop emoji bag and keep this stored in the outside pocket of my pack so I always have easy access to it whenever I need it. The miscellaneous system of my gear is something that usually changes on most trips I go on, depending on the season. This system includes my trekking poles, which usually are always in my hands anyway. I also include a bug repellent system, or even a pair of micro spikes if I think there might be snow out on trail. For this trip, I know bugs might be an issue, so I made sure to include my entire bug repellent system, which is a head net and picaridin lotion. For electronics, I always carry my cell phone, a satellite messenger, and a battery bank so I can charge all of my electronics while I'm out on trail, along with charging cords for each of the devices I bring with me. Since I'm usually out on trail shooting videos, my electronics also includes a GoPro, a small selfie stick, and extra batteries. And finally, worn clothes. This is always going to be the outfit I'm hiking in every day while I'm out on trail. During the warm weather months, this is usually my purple hiking dress, a sun hoodie, a pair of trail runners, a pair of socks, and a pair of lightweight gaiters along with a trucker hat and a pair of sunglasses to keep my face and eyes protected from the sun. I also like to wear this fanny pack strapped over my shoulders so I can have easy access to things while I'm hiking with my loaded pack on, like snacks, my GoPro, extra batteries, my phone, and even have a place to put my sunglasses when I'm not wearing them. Okay, now that I've gotten each of my systems laid out, it's time to see how all of this fits into my pack. And just like that, I'm all packed and ready to go. One of the things I love about packing my gear into systems is that once I'm out on trail, I don't really have to think about my gear anymore. When it's time to filter my water, I grab my water filtration system and head to the water source. When it's time to cook, I can easily grab my stove, bear canister, and day of food bag and start making dinner. If I have to go to the bathroom, I can just grab my poop kit and go. Whenever I'm ready to go to bed, my sleep system is already laid out and organized. Instead of wasting time digging through my pack, I know exactly where everything is. And that lets me spend less time worrying about my gear and more time getting to enjoy beautiful places like this. Packing up camp is really just the same process I do at home, but in reverse. I pack up my sleep system, break down my tent, and pack every system back into my pack in the same place inside my pack every single time. It's this type of consistency that helps make packing so much faster and easier and keeps me organized. Plus, I'm less likely to lose anything because I usually notice right away if something is missing or out of place before I head out. If you've ever felt overwhelmed packing for a backpacking trip, I'd encourage you to stop thinking about your gear as a bunch of individual items and instead start thinking about it in systems. That's honestly been one of the biggest mindset shifts I've made over the years. Once I started packing this way, I spent a whole lot less time worrying about whether I'd forgotten something and a whole lot more time enjoying the places I was hiking to. That's really what this is all about. I don't organize my gear because I like organizing gear. I do it because it lets me spend less time worrying about my pack and more time getting to enjoy incredible places like this. If you'd like to use the same exact system I used before every backpacking trip, I've put together a free backpacking gear packing list that's organized into these same 12 systems. Click the link down in the description below to download your free list. I hope this helps make packing for your next trip just a little less overwhelming. If you like this video and got some value out of it, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week and hit the bell icon to get notified each time new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trekking.